Okay, is everyone able to see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. So today I'll go over integration as far as, importing reservations from suppliers, and we will also go over the email to VCRM feature. Are a lot of you using the integration already?
I'm sorry, say that again?
How many of you are currently using the integration from Travel Impressions, EGT, Apple, Carnival?
I use Carnival.
Okay.
I use the EGT.
Okay.
And that's the reservation component, correct? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you talking about like when you're going to load the information of a reservation, just looking at the supplier?
Yeah, where you just import it from the supplier directly.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'll show you first integration. I have a EGT booking that I'm going to import, and I'll go over how it works and all that. And then if you guys have any questions at the end of that, you're welcome to ask. It's exactly the same as if you're going to do any trip until you get to the reservation portion. So I went ahead and made a profile, and I made a trip for that client. And now I just need to add the EGT reservation in there. So what I'll do is I'll just click add new reservation. I'll put in what type it is, the supplier, and the booking number. And that's all I have to put in because it will import all of the other data. And then it's simple as just click this button. And it'll give you a message whether it was successful or not. So you can see it pulled in the deposit amount, the total, the client's names, commission information, and then it pulled in all of the other reservation components. Now, if you, depending on the supplier, and if you have a bunch of extra stuff on there, like if there's a price match or anything like that, it may add extra components towards the bottom. Like this one, I'll always just put do not show on invoice. A lot of times you'll get in any requests that you made will come in as an individual component. What I do in a situation like that is I just move those down so they're just below the hotel. So it shows the client on the invoice things that you requested for them. And a lot of it was stuff that they wanted you to request anyway. So it just shows them that you did actually make those requests. You can change the order of all of that stuff. So if I did want to put this under the hotel, you can see the hotel is number 3. So I can change this to number 4. Go up and save. And then it will be below the hotel. So requests will actually look like this. It won't say insurance obviously, but it would be right in there. Does that make sense? Now there will be, every once in a while, there's something that'll happen with the bookings, especially with TI bookings. If they make any changes on their end and then you import it, sometimes the flights come in wrong. So you may have to adjust that. Just watch it every once in a while. Just, have a look at what the flights are, make sure they came in and everything came in correctly. If not, you can just adjust it pretty quickly. But that's really all there is to importing from suppliers. It's the actual process is the same, whether it be Carnival, EGT, TIA, Apple, it doesn't matter. Does anyone have any questions on that?
Is Vacation Express able to be imported yet or no?
Not yet, no. As of today, it's Carnival, Apple, exclusive group travel, and travel impressions.
What other suppliers do you have in testing?
Right now we're doing testing for the email to VCRM feature. The actual importing isn't as much testing on our end as it's working with that supplier to make sure their system will work with ours as far as, you know, pulling the stuff in. Yeah. Also, you can make payments to the suppliers. I'll show you how to do that. Within the trip, you'll just click Add New Payment. Put in whatever dollar amount it would be, what type it is. We'll just say this is other payment. You can put a note here if you want it to show on the invoice, because this won't show on there. So if you want to say, you know, payment for this, you can put it in as a note. Payment source, if the client has a credit card attached to their profile, you will see in here, you know, Visa with the last 4 digits of the card. So you can click that. In this case, I don't have that, so I'll just make up a number here. And you'll fill all this out, then go below and select the actual booking, and then you'll just click Submit Payment to Supplier. You will get a confirmation. It'll be in green text if it went through. It'll be in red if it was declined, with usually a decline message of why it was declined. I know if you try to make a payment for more than what is owed on the booking, it will fail that way, and it'll tell you. But then there's other general credit card declines also. I'm sorry, what was that?
Can you pay different amounts with different credit cards? So if you've got like somebody traveling together and they're splitting it.
Yeah, different amounts with different credit cards. Yeah, sure, you can
I
do
want
that.
to pay $500 on this card, $500 on this card.
Yes. Yeah, the client's profile, if I go to somebody's profile here, you will see there are spots for multiple credit cards. You can store up to 3 credit cards in there. So on the payment screen, you would do, you know, if the first one was 500 and they wanted another 500 on a different credit card, you could do that, you know, and select. You'll have 3 options here if they have 3 credit cards on their profile. Now, if it's 2 people, what you were describing, if it's 2 people traveling together but paying half and half, what I do is I create an invoice for each client on their own profile. That way that credit card is only on their profile and never get confused on whose credit card it is. And because it's the same booking number and that's how that gets sent to the supplier, you can keep separate invoices for each client. That way, you know, if one's already paid 500, the other one's only paid 200, you know who owes what exactly. If you try to put them all on the same invoice, there may be some confusion down the road on who paid what without actually looking at the credit card numbers and things like that.
We would do that by linking it to their actual profile, even if it's like a sub-profile.
I don't even link profiles when it's a situation like that. I would just copy the reservation details from this client and then put it on the other client's profile. So they would each have a trip. And then I would just take the total of the invoice and cut it in half if they're paying 50-50.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Any other questions on that part of it? Okay. And with the email to VCRM, you can actually import from an HTML confirmation email. So I'll just add a new reservation. And when I select FunJet, you'll see that you get the email icon and the refresh icon. You'll put that in there and make sure to save at this step. And I will copy and paste this. click the email icon. Just double check that the subject line is just the booking number, and then paste in your email here. Click send, and once you click send, just click this refresh and it will search for that email that's being sent to the system. And again, you'll get a confirmation that it was found, and it will pull in the flights and the hotel name with the dates. Yeah, go over that one more time.
Yeah, you clicked and you went a little.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So what were you trying to do there? Email it to the client, or you just what were you?
No, this is email to VCRM is for suppliers that do not have integration capabilities, and they also send HTML-based confirmation emails. So if you get an email like this from them,
Okay.
it's capable of using the email to VCRM system once we have it all dialed in and tested for that particular supplier to pull data out of this email and put it into your reservation components. So it's kind of a roundabout way of using integration without actually integrating with the supplier. So what you have to...
You go into your email and you copy this?
Yeah, you copy the whole email and you'll... Alright, so you create a trip like you do with any other one, and then you add the reservation. Select the type, and you can see there's nothing right here, but as soon as I pick one of the suppliers that works with, that'll tell you if the email through VCRM will work with that supplier. Like if I pick EGT, that is not there, but it does work with FunJet. Okay. So I pick FunJet, and then I need to put the booking number in there because that's how the system knows to search for that booking number on the email that's coming in. And then you save it. And all this is doing is opening an email to an address that gets sent to your vacation CRM with the subject line already filled out. You could start your own email without clicking that button as long as you knew this address, which will be usually your agency name at parse.vacationcrm.com, and then your confirmation code there. So again,
I would just say make sure you save it.
Yeah, because
when I did this the first couple times, you enter in FunJet and you enter in the booking number and you think, oh, now I can go get the information from the email. You have to save that in CRM first, then go to your email, copy and save.
Yeah, and she's just talking about saving it. What's that?
What did you correspond to get to the email?
Well, this is an email that I got from FunJet right here.
Right, not that part. The other one.
This button right here.
Which one?
The email icon that's right next to FunJet on the supplier.
Oh, that little, okay.
Yeah, this is the email icon. This is a mail to link, so it just tells your computer to open up an email to a specific address. Much like all the other email icons in the system, this one just opens to this email address with the confirmation code or booking number pre-filled out for you. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I couldn't tell by your screen that was a little email icon next to FunJet on the right.
Yep. And then you just paste in the email that you got from the supplier, and it will know what to pull out, and then you just click send. Once you send, the icon next to the email is just a refresh, and you'll get this message that says searching for reservation data, and it'll import that.
Can you put your cursor please over where the email button is? I didn't see that.
This one?
Yeah. Where is the email button?
Right where my mouse is right now.
You're down right to the right of the word FunJet Vacations. You see supplier, then FunJet Vacations. Right to the right is the email icon, and then that little C, that's the refresh that he's talking about. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah. Does it matter which email you're using? Like, does it have to be an Outlook?
No, that's just what I use. Like, I could send this from a Gmail account if I wanted to. The only thing this button does is it takes a couple steps out of there for you. Is it opens up an email ready to be sent to this email address. But yours will be typically your agency at parse.vacationcrm.com. So if I didn't click that, I could just open a new email in whatever email program I use, put this email address in, and put the booking number, and then copy it in, or paste in the reservation details here and send it that way. Just, that button saves you a couple steps, that's all.
Okay. Question. So are you you're sending yourself an email from FunJet?
I'm sending my Vacation CRM account an email from FunJet that they sent me.
Okay. So can you go over step 1, you do this, step 2, you do this, step 3, you do this? Because I'm not sure once I copy and paste where I'm sending it, what I'm clicking on to send it.
As long as you click this button and it opens up an email for you, it will already fill out the email address that you need to send it to. So once I paste it in, all I have to do is click send. That's it. Just like you would any other email. And what that's doing is that's sending this email to your Vacation CRM account. And then when you click this refresh button, it's telling the system to search for that email that I'm in the process of sending right now. And it will say when it finds it.
Stephen, I got a question about the data that gets imported in this method.
Mm-hmm.
I use it regularly, and the only thing I've got to come in so far is air. And I think you mentioned something about the hotel should be coming in, but I've never had that happen yet.
And what supplier is that?
For FunJet.
Okay.
Mine did only air as well.
Okay. It needs some more testing, and the best thing you can do to make this get better quicker is send us examples, especially the ones, like if you have a specific one that you have not gotten the hotel to pull in, send it to help@vacationcrm.com, and we will test with that exact one. But I mean, ideally we'll have everything come in, you know, deposit amount, pricing, all of that stuff. So the more you send to us, the more we have to work with as far as testing. Like this one I've been pulling in, it's just a dummy booking that we just made up. So it's not a real life example. But if you send stuff like that, we definitely will test with it. And the more testing we do, the better and more streamlined the whole system is going to get.
Will this override? So suppose I have a Vacation Express booking or a FunJet booking, and I put it in manually. If I do this email method, will it override what I already have in there?
It will add to it. So you'll have double of everything. But if you've already put it in there, I would not do this because it doesn't pull in very much right now. It will eventually, but as of right now, it's just going to pull in the dates, the times, you know, carrier, flight number, gateway, and arrival city. But see, you're not getting pricing. And then in the hotel, there's a lot of other things that it eventually will get. But right now, it's pulling in the hotel name. And I guess not even...
So it's not saving you the room category or anything like that.
Right. So if you've already got it in there, don't do this. But it's a good... It's kind of a jump start to get you going on all the reservation components. You're still going to have to add in a few things, but you don't have to do all of it at least.
Okay.
How many examples do you want? Because I could virtually send every one to you as I do it. It's always been air. So, I mean, you literally want everything that's not coming in beyond the air data?
If you want to send me like 5 or 6,
okay,
and I'll get the point, and if I feel like I need more, I'll just email you and say, hey, do you have any more of those?
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you have a way to import the emails that you get from a client on your personal email and import it in so it's
in with all their information in the VCRM?
Yeah, and it's just a simple copy and paste. So any email that you send the client from Vacation CRM, like if you click this email icon, it sends a copy of it to Vacation CRM. You can see it blind carbon copies this agency at emails.vacationcrm.com, and it will go on the client's correspondences tab on their profile. But if they send you one that you want in there, you can manually add anything you want. So you would go to the correspondences tab, click add new correspondence. You can select the date that you received it, and you can select what it was. In this case, we'll say it's an email, and then you can paste it in. So this is what I had pasted from the email confirmation, but I can just save that. And now
you have to go to the original email, highlight it, copy it, and then paste it here.
yeah,
So it's really not an import or a download, it's more of a cut and paste
yeah,
feature. Okay.
yeah, because to import it, it's going to be the same amount of steps anyway. If you reply to that email, you can also copy in your Vacation CRM account,
Right.
and it will go in there then at that point, and then you don't
Yeah.
have to do any copying pasting.
Nope, that's good.
Can I send an email? I'm a little lost on this personal email thing, having it in with them, in with all their information. Can I send an email to my client through VCRM and it'll be in there?
Kind
through
of.
my Gmail?
Kind of. If you have your Mail to link set up, all this does is opens an email in your email program to send to this client. So this is me in here. But if I wanted to email this client, I would just click this, and it opens up my normal Outlook with...
What do you... Back up. I can't see what you're clicking. Go back.
He's clicking on that little picture to the right, you know, where it says primary email, and then it says, that's where you put your email address in. Right to the right of it, that little icon again.
Oh, okay.
See, the arrow on your mouse isn't accurate. It's not showing where you're clicking. That's why
Here, let me try
everybody's
this.
wondering where you're clicking.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Hold on,
Do you
sorry.
see that now?
Is that better?
So if we click on that icon and send an email to them, when they respond, will that email come into their profile?
No, because they're going to be responding just to you. So it's just going to come to your... Because you're not really sending it with the system. You're just using the system to open up an email in your email program. So when I click this email icon, it opens up an email ready to be sent to this email address. But it copies in your Vacation CRM account.
So when they reply, they're not replying to my CRM account,
They're replying to your email address because that's where they receive the email from. So anytime you
So the answer to that is no.
right, anytime you
So
see
actually what this is here in CRM, it really is just another way to access your own personal email to send out to your client. And it will keep a copy of that. But when the client replies back to you, it does not get stored in this correspondence. That's when you would have to do that or copy and paste into the correspondence. So really it's more to track what's going out, not what's coming back in. But if you really want to keep track of that, that's what he was showing, which I didn't know you could do either. You'd have to copy paste. So it's sort of a pain. There's a lot of correspondence going back and forth.
Well, you only have to copy and paste if you're not going to reply to them. Because if you reply to that email and copy in this email address that will be unique to your agency,
Copy.
you can just copy that in, yes, and then it will put a copy to it. So the only time you would really have to actually copy and paste it and go in here and do all that is if you're not responding to that email.
So you're saying if they do reply to that initial email, I thought you said it doesn't.
No, if you reply to their reply.
Oh, so like the second round.
Yeah, because anything you send can go to there because you have control where to send it. So you would just remember this email address, and once you know it one time, you'll know it forever because it'll be your agency name at emails.vacationcrm.com. So
it's just like you think of the software as another person. I want to copy in Joe. I want to copy in CRM.
Right.
Okay.
Any other questions on anything with the system? Okay, and as far as the email confirmations that I'm asking you to send, it doesn't have to be limited to just FunJet. If you have a supplier that sends those types of emails, you can send it to us, and as long as we can run some testing on it, we can probably get them added into the email to VCRM program. So, you know, there may be smaller suppliers we aren't thinking about right now that you use a lot, and, you know, maybe we can make it a little easier on you by adding them into that list too. So definitely send anything. It doesn't have to be just FunJet.
Okay, perfect.
Are you already testing some other suppliers for that?
Yeah, the big one we're testing right now is Disney because there are a lot of Disney agents out there, and their system is probably one of the farthest from being capable of doing integration. You would think they would have better technology with their system, but they don't. So that's one that we're in the process of testing right now. There's just their confirmation emails aren't always exactly the same, and there's a lot of work to make sure that the system recognizes what is what in that email. So we're working on them heavily and slowly working on, you know, smaller ones that are coming in. But anything you send us, if it's HTML, we can probably get it to work. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. If you have any questions, you know, an hour from now or whenever, you can always email help@vacationcrm.com. We'll be glad to help you out. And you have a good day.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.